There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Kyrie Irving.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Dwight Powell is out there with Green. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. And for the Jazz, sharing the wing spot, it's Clarkson and Markkanen. The 4 and the 5, it's Collins and Kessler. And it's Sexton in at the point. Well, it may not be a new season, but Greg, it is a new year. And some teams could use, right, a fresh start.
And, hey, wherever you can find motivation, right? It's a long season, lots of mental gymnastics. And, Kevin, everyone overcomes in their own way.
Green with the block, and he gets it back. And so Green will bring it up for Dallas. Irving passes to Hardaway. Got a hand on it. Green against Markkanen. Outside Collins. Clarkson against Gafford. Just 4 to shoot. Clarkson passes to Kessler. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. And the Mavericks with possession. Out to Hardaway. Here's the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
This is Hardaway's game. A quick trigger shooter who wants to score as often as possible.
Clarkson passes to Kessler. And here's Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
A prolific slasher with some serious bounce. Hardaway Jr. Fun to watch.
Clarkson outside. That one goes. Count it.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Outside Hardaway. Outside Irving. Inside, Gafford. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Picked away. Shoots. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Pass to Kessler. Outside, Sexton. Pass to Kessler. Green against Markkanen. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Well, the Utah Jazz, GA, have one of the highest win percentages in NBA history.
And they're probably the greatest franchise to never win a championship. They made the finals twice. Unfortunately, they had to face Jordan and the Bulls both times.
Here's Clarkson following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Markkanen passes to Kessler. Clarkson with the ball. Lets the 3 fly. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Improving shot mechanics. Good height on that jumper. Nice arc. I like what I see there from Clarkson.
Powell with a screen on Sexton. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Hardaway against Clarkson. Pass to Sexton. Back to Clarkson. Over Hardaway. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
There's the pass to Gafford. Irving against Sexton. The shot's good from Irving.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now, here's Collins. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Kessler. Feeds it to Markkanen. Outside, Sexton. To the paint. Here's Clarkson. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket. Clarkson's got 7 points in the game. And it's Irving with the ball for Dallas. They lead by 4. Powell with a screen on Sexton. Outside, Green. With the floater. Rebound, Utah. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
That free throw good from Markkanen. You know, Greg, one place you really see Walker Kessler making his presence felt is on the defensive end.
And, boy, he has got a nose for blocks, doesn't he? I mean, able to detect shots forming and get a hand on the ball. It is such a gift that allows this guy to make such a big difference on that side of the ball.
You know, when Markkanen's in this deep, he should be dunking it every time. I like to see him use his size like that.
Green with a screen for Powell. Here's Irving. And he banks in the layup. And it's 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Count it.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open man.
Hardaway against Clarkson. Outside Irving. Offered a screen on Sexton. No good from Irving.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
And when Collins goes up, the interior defense runs out of options. He forces them to get sloppy. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Greg, what a remarkable run from the Dallas Mavericks in that 2010-11 NBA season.
And some say it's the toughest title any team has ever won. When you consider the juggernauts they took out, including the big three of the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. What a special opportunity Dallas has with a generational talent, Clark, like Doncic.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he's special. And I think the Mavs need to do something with his presence in terms of building a competitive team around him, because Doncic expects to be in the playoffs every season.
And the Jazz with possession here. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's Clarkson. Collins, that's a 2-pointer. Here's Kessler. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Kessler's got the game tied up here for Utah. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Sexton against Irving. Oh, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Utah called for the foul.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Powell.
One of the things I really like about Dwight Powell is that he doesn't play outside of himself. He plays to his strengths.
Horton Tucker's checked in for Markkanen. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dante Exum, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And so Powell nails both of them. Jazz have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Here's the screen. Clarkson passes to Kessler. And the rejection by Gafford.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And here's Clarkson. He's got 7. Collins setting the pick for Clarkson. No good with the triple. Mavericks leading by 4. Outside Hardaway. Now here's Exum. Defended by Sexton. Powell with a screen on Clarkson. Hardaway from outside. Drills it from outside. Hardaway has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Horton Tucker. He's covered by Washington. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Powell, the pass to Washington. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Lobbed up there for Collins. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
I'm sure his teammates love having a guy like Collins on the receiving end of those alley-oops. As fun an assist as you'll get.
Now here's Hardaway. His last outing we saw him pour in 22. Here's Exum. He takes it in. Nice D from Sexton.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's in there. And now just a 3-point Maverick lead.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Hardaway passes to Exum. Now here's Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. The feed to Exum. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
Start it.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Yurtseven's checked in for Walker Kessler. Lauri Markkanen comes in for John Collins. George is checked in for Clarkson. And it's done in for Colin Sexton. 1:37 left in the first quarter of the game. Dunn passes to Horton Tucker. Outside, George. Pass to Yurtsevin, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Now, here is Irving. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Here's Exum. George with the defensive effort. Jazz trail by 3. And here they come. It's good. This game is all even.
Well, one thing you like there is the extra pass. Evidence that the game is starting to slow down for Dunn.
Now, here's Exum. Not a lot of room. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Washington kicks to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Lively. Stolen by Yurtsevin. They push it up 4 on 3. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Drives to the hoop. Exum goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Markkanen against Washington. Markkanen with it. Got it off in time, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
I think Washington, because of his athleticism and length, can be an outstanding defender in this league.
It's been all about Tim Hardaway for the Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
The Mavericks leading. On the court for the Mavericks. Derek Jones is out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's Exum. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Lively in at the 5 spot. Jones, no luck. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Warriors. You know, Greg, after a few seasons of development, Lauri Markkanen has really emerged.
And he's such a unique player. It took him a while to kind of figure out how to maximize all of those talents and also minimize the weaknesses. But boy, has he arrived. And a moment now to see the stats for Exum. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 3 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And every team wants a scorer to give them a lift off the bench, and that's just what he brings.
Well, he's instant offense. I mean, the game's momentum can be going one way, then bam, his scoring turns the tide.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And the NBA looking to reduce the amount of carrying recently. Seems like GA ball handlers had to adjust.
You know, guards can get away with a lot these days, and it's hard for players and refs to make that adjustment. Ultimately, things need to be kept in check.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, I tell you what, Dunn does a little bit of everything out there. A stat sheet stuffer for sure. He scores it, he passes it well, and he also gets to the glass from his position.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much, guys. Walker Kessler has already made an impact for the Jazz. Now, Will Hardy says the physical tools that he has allow him to be successful. He's shown so much growth on both ends of the floor. I think defense comes natural to Walker in a lot of ways, but his ability to learn the offense has been tremendous. Kevin?
It is another great young player. We enjoy them all. David, thank you. Now, here's Dunn. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Passes it to George. To the middle. Wants to get it to Yurtsevin and does. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Yurtsevin's got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz. Exum passes to Irving. To halt the run. Yurtsevin with the rebound. Utah leading by 5. Dunn looking over the floor. And the pass to Yurtsevin. Outside, marking it. His three-pointers off the mark.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide-open look.
Jones finds Washington. Basket good. Washington's got his first points of the game.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Dunn passes to Horton Tucker. There's the screen. And Lively pulls it down. Mavericks trail by 3. Exum dishes to Jones. Pass to Lively. Markkanen against Washington. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Irving. No good. That would have tied it.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Dallas. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Utah.
To me, their physicality has been the thing early on that stood out. They're not settling for one and done. They're following their shots and getting a lot of putbacks.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
And he makes the first. John Collins, he's checked in for Utah. Colin Sexton comes in for George. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Washington, and it's Green in for Jones. And so he makes both from the line.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Now here's Green, still without a basket. Irving against Dunn. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Irving. Outside, Markkanen. Outside, Sexton. Markkanen sets the pick for Sexton. Pass to Horton Tucker. Right side, Collins. Shoots a fader. The Jazz with another miss. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and, you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
That one drops for him.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Jazz have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Dunn passes to Horton Tucker. Lobbed up there for Collins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Irving.
You know, getting up into Irving's grill only gives him additional intensity and focus to let you have it.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Green dishes to Exum. They set the pick. Outside Irving. 5 on the clock. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. And Dallas with a change here too. Gafford's checked in. Utah has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Kicks it to Markkanen. Outside Collins. Another miss by Utah. The Mavericks trailing. Irving passes to Exum. Now Gafford. Back to Irving. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And for the Western Conference, we have a chance now to recognize our Player of the Week, Kyrie Irving.
You can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dante Exum. The Jazz shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Lauri Markkanen.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Now, here's Washington. 9-point game his last outing. He kicks to Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green, no luck.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Sexton finds Horton Tucker. The pass to Markkanen. From deep. Another miss by Utah.
You know, it's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he's struggled so mightily.
Over in the corner, Washington drains the three-pointer. Washington's got 5 points so far.
Corners can be a little suspect for Washington, but he puts a smooth stroke on it this time.
Here's Horton Tucker. Guarded by Green. Now Horton Tucker. 8 points his last outing. Lobbed up there for goal.
With soft hands and great recognition, Collins is the ideal big for a pick and roll.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 10. Over in the corner, Washington. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Washington's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Mavs. So it's the Jazz now, and at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Irving against Sexton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Here in the second, at least from the line, they're perfect. Hopefully that gets them going in other areas as well.
The Jazz had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And that one falls for Collins. The Jazz making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardy comes in for Irving. And so Collins nails both of them. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Hardaway passes to Hardy. Back to Hardaway. Fires the three. The three-pointer is right on target. Hardaway has got 11 points.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Now, here's Sexton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. Launches it. A rebound by Washington. Mavericks leading by 4. Credit where credit is due. P.J. Washington is one hard-working guy on the floor. Isn't he, Greg?
He's got that grittiness to him, Kevin. Values every chance he gets to affect the game. And like you said, he puts a ton of effort into his play.
Now Hardaway after the missed 3 from John Collins. Pass to Powell. Here's Hardy. Offline with his 3. Jazz shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Kicks it out to Collins. The layup missed.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Powell with a screen on Clarkson. Hardaway dishes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, and I think Powell is terrific in the pick and roll. Knows how to dive after he sets the screen.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
11 feet out and he hits it. Sexton's got his first basket of the night. Here's Gafford. 6 points for him. Pass to Hardy. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. 1:46 left to play here in the half. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Lock at 6. Over Hardaway. The pass to Collins. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. And now look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. 5th, the Mavericks.
And really, the basketball IQ has just evolved. Just the way they move the ball and share it. They always find good looks.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Talen Horton-Tucker. Then for the Mavericks, Derek Jones, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. And Irving subbed in for Hardy. Gafford sets the pick for Hardaway. It's deflected. Nice move. And that one is stuffed right through. Here's Sexton. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got 6 rebounds in the game. Hardaway passes to Powell. And it goes down 2 points. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Clarkson finds Sexton. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Hardaway against Clarkson. And it's blocked. And they recover it. It's Jones on the wing. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Sexton. Wide open shot is on the money. Sexton's got his second basket of the night.
A dangerous scorer from mid-range. Sexton loves to take that shot when he gets it in rhythm.
Now, here is Irving. 10 points for him. Left side, Jones. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Up in time. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
And it's nice to see Markkanen get nasty on the defensive end, using his length to bother shooters and throw them off balance a little bit.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. PJ, hot start offensively. How do you continue that in the second half?
I think we did a great job of attacking the rim and kicking out to our teammates and making open shots. So we got back away from that in the second quarter, but we got to do a better job of that coming out of halftime.
Stick with what works, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Dallas Mavericks.
At the offensive end, they were playing it smart, running through the offense, then finding the open shot, and then they were hitting guys to get their open shots. It was very impressive, Ernie.
Yeah, kudos to them creating high percentage looks. And changing gears now, looks like we've got some great interactions on social media. Hoops Queen Life has a question for the Jet. Hey, Kenny, what's it like being the most fashionable guy in the studio every night? Sounds like somebody likes the turtlenecks.
Well, first of all, thank you. Second, it feels good. Honestly, I don't even really try to dress up. Sometimes I just close my eyes and go in my closet and pick out whatever comes out.
Who asked this question? Was it you, Kenny? Let me see your phone. I don't believe it.
I have my suspicions as well, Shaq, because we all know I'm the most styling guy in here. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. Nice game. Great performance by Tim Hardaway Jr.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Wilsey Markkanen and Collins at forward. Sexton is the point. Clarkson is in at 2. And it's Kessler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. Now, here's Clarkson. Pass to Kessler. And Utah turns it over again. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. Let's take a look at Dallas. Their season filled with ups and downs. 10th right now in the conference. And, of course, the Jazz, 6 games out. And the Mavericks with possession here. 6-point game. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. Clarkson against Hardaway. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you got to give Hardaway Jr. credit, guys. I mean, he's excellent at finding ways to get to a spot and then make the defense compromise.
For Dallas, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
That free throw good from Hardaway.
You look at Hardaway Jr. right now. I think efficiency is everything, should be the priority for him. I think he has the talent, no doubt, but just needs to play to his strengths a little bit more.
Hardaway hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Utah Jazz have found themselves a new all-star in Lauri Markkanen. Coach Will Hardy says he's our best player, but we're not making our team about him. We have a lot of really good players. Everyone is finding a way to coexist, and that's the great thing about our team. Kevin?
Yeah, a quick rebuild. And David Aldridge, thank you for that report.
Kyrie can score under any conditions. That guy just knows how to get it in the basket.
Clarkson against Hardaway. Here's Clarkson. He's got 10. He feeds it to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Gafford. In the corner, Irving with it. Pass to Powell. Gafford with the ball. And here's Green outside. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Clarkson for 3. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists tonight. Outside Irving.
In terms of finishing ability, it's hard to think of someone who tops Kyrie Irving.
Greg, the list is short, particularly when you talk about guys of his size, okay? His bag of tricks is limitless when you talk about finishing in close quarters against bigger guys. There are few that are in his class in that regard.
Shoot 2.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And Clark, here we are watching Kyrie Irving. When he's on, it is amazing to watch.
Remarkably smooth as an athlete, Kevin, and otherworldly when you look at his skills as a basketball player, particularly ball handling and shot making. Talking pure basketball, he's one of the most entertaining players of the last 30 years for sure. Kyrie Irving, special. I mean, as skilled a player as you'll ever see when it comes to handling the ball and scoring in close.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 13. And the rejection by Gafford. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And the Jazz call time here.
Start it.
First in scoring, first in points off the break, and no team has been better at scoring on second chance opportunities. Just relentless at attacking. I love how their bigs play in the paint.
But Greg, you can throw out all the other stats and rankings. Their scoring is what makes them special, plain and simple. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. 6 to shoot. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Passes to Collins. Back to Markkanen. To the inside. Here's Kessler. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane. Great game for him. Double-double down. 10 points and 14 rebounds. Hardaway against Clarkson. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2.
When Hardaway Jr. is forcing the issue like that, it draws the defense's attention, and I like his aggressiveness as a scorer.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Hardaway hits them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Irving against Sexton. A baseline J and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, one of those rare second-round picks who played well immediately. Clarkson was first-team all-rookie and continues to develop.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Free throw good. Clarkson. He doesn't get the second one. Mavericks leading by 5. Irving kicks to Green. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
Hey, there's no denying that Kyrie is a score-first guard, but he's a better passer than he gets credit for.
Now, here's Clarkson. 14 points for him. Collins against Powell. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Sexton. From down in the low post, it goes. Sexton's got 6.
You know, not bashful about positioning himself inside. Sexton knows he has what it takes to score from there.
Outside Hardaway. Floats one. It's tipped. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. Here's Sexton. He's got 6. Down low, here's Clarkson. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Clarkson dishes to Sexton. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Sexton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 16. Lays it up and in on a nice reverse. 18 points for him.
You know, this is simply what Kyrie Irving does. Get buckets against defenders. He's a bucket maker.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over.
And checking out the stats for Collins. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's around 14 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Here's Clarkson. He's got 16. Collins, a screen on Hardaway. Here's Clarkson. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Clarkson against Hardaway. Here's Irving. Second chance shot. Rebounded by the Jazz. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Mavericks?
Well, you know, for me, the passing has been fantastic all night. Everybody loves watching this style of basketball where the ball moves and players move. Coaches, fans, and even us broadcasters can appreciate that kind of action.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
Free throw good, Sexton.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
Jazz trail by 3. And there's the pass to Clarkson. Here's Markkanen. In the corner, it's Kessler. From deep, Collins. And Utah, another 3.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 9. Pass to Kessler. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Collins. That one goes in. Collins has got it all tied up now for Utah.
And you love how instant Collins' shot can be. Gets a pass and wastes no time in releasing it.
Gafford sets the pick for Hardaway. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's on Jordan Clarkson.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
Free throw, no good for Gafford.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Mavericks have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Clarkson against Hardaway. For the screen on Sexton. Here's Irving. Here's Gafford. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. I mean, he had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Shoot 2.
He's off on the first. So we can't get either to fall. Utah trailing here. Here's Clarkson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
As he often does, Clarkson pushing the action, drawing a trip to the line.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good. Clarkson. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second. Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And the Jazz with possession here. And the Jazz call time here. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively. And they're in the top half of the league in steals. They are doing a better job of taking advantage of your mistakes.
And touching again on their opponent's points per game average, they have held everyone in check so far this season. There is never a drop in their intensity on defense. Mavericks on D. They lead by 1. Horton Tucker finds Sexton. Nice ball movement by Utah.
Well, Clarkson doesn't do huge assist numbers, but he won't waste a wide open opportunity.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Dallas. Outside Hardaway. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 19. Outside, Sexton. There's a screen by Collins. The 3, 5 to shoot. Here's Horton Tucker. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Irving surveying the floor. On the wing, Hardaway. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Boy, watch out now. Once Hardaway Jr. gets hot, the key is being aggressive and staying aggressive, which is what he's doing right now.
Shots good by Clarkson.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Yurtseven's checked in for the Jazz. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. The Mavericks, number 1.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
For Dallas, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Exum deciding where to go with it. Hardaway against Clarkson. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 22 points.
Like seeing the different ways Hardaway Jr. attacks the defense.
And here's Sexton. He's got 9. Collins passes to Horton Tucker. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. Exum with it. 6 points for him. Now Hardaway. Powell with a screen on Clarkson. Hardaway. A second chance effort. And the layup by Powell. And it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
It's obvious they've taken fewer threes here in the second half and are focused on having a more balanced offensive attack.
To the inside. Outside for Sexton. Outside Collins. Just 5 on the clock. Yurtsevin, no good.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Pass to Lively. Hardaway is screen on Sexton. And he drives in. A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
You cannot afford to not box out Powell. I mean, he loves hammering down these misses.
.59 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Horton Tucker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. Clock at 6. Back to Clarkson. Can they get it? And Lively pulls it down. Dallas leading by 8. Green with the ball. And it's Clarkson picking him up. Hardaway, no good. Utah has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Yurtsevin passes to Clarkson. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Nice ball movement by Utah. And here's Collins from outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. That will count. It's been all about Tim Hardaway for the Dallas Mavericks. With the points he racked up that quarter, he has broken his season-high scoring mark already. Right back after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the floor for Dallas, they've got P.J. Washington. Irving is out there with Exum. Then it's Jones. And it's Lively in at the 5. And so here is Dallas. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Passes it to Irving. And stolen by Dunn. Shoots over Exum. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now, here is Irving. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Irving's got 22.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Mavericks leading by 8. And here's Exum. Outside Irving. This one for 3. Yurtsevin with the rebound. Yurtsevin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Markkanen throws it down.
A wise pass right there by the rookie George. Solid at finding open teammates.
The Mavericks shooting well. 50% from the floor. Knocked loose. Irving dishes to Jones.
Boy, in this day and age of how the game is played, Markkanen's skill set, hand in glove fit, superb at spacing the floor with his shooting stroke.
Jazz trail by 5. Dunn outside. Dunn with a screen on Jones. And they call an illegal screen here.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He's been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Washington. Outside Irving. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Wednesday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Portland Trail Blazers.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Irving nails both of them. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Utah. Pass to Markkanen. Over Washington. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The power of Chris Dunn makes this play happen. I mean, now he gets a chance to cap it off at the line.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Irving with it. Here's Lively. Back to Irving. Pass to Lively. Shot clock at 5. The baseline J off the mark. Jazz trail by 4. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, George. There's the pick. It's up a 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Now Jones. Outside Irving. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Lively. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Utah making a change here. Kessler's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Jones. Both good from the line that time. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Dunn passes to Kessler. Here's Horton Tucker. Kessler with it. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Dunn. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Well, I tell you, it's awesome, absolutely awesome to see Dunn work in his effective mid-range J. So sharp, so accurate, so timely.
Now here's Irving. Passes it to Lively, and here's Exum. Nobody near Irving, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Irving's got 17 points here in the second half. Irving against Dunn. Inside, kicks it out to Markkanen. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Irving with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. And then Washington with the dunk.
Boy, we're going to see lots of those. Washington can really get up. He's got a little main streak in him, too, which I like.
Dunn outside. Here's Horton Tucker. Covered by Irving. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
That free throw, no good. And the Jazz with some changes. John Collins, he's checked in for Talen Horton Tucker. Clarkson comes in for George. And it's Colin Sexton in for Chris Dunn. Second free throw, no good. So, Clark, we know you're very familiar with the college game. How do you think the one-and-done rule has worked out so far?
You know, not as it was intended to, Kevin. I mean, in some ways, the chance to see guys like Durant and others play in college for a year was better than not having them there. But I think it's also created this expectation that if you're not a one-and-done, that you've somehow failed. And that's detrimental to the psyche of young players.
Here's Kessler. Kicks it out to Collins. And he swishes it right through.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Hardaway against Clarkson. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 13 points in the second half.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Now Irving. After Jordan Clarkson missing on that last three-pointer. Gafford kicks to Hardaway. Hands it from downtown. And now it's a 12-point Dallas lead.
Encouraging to see Hardaway Jr. knock it down from there, proving he can do damage from this area.
Now the pass to Kessler. Outside, Sexton. Pass to Clarkson. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Gafford. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
One shot. And that one falls for Gafford. Jazz trail by 15. Outside, Sexton. There's a screen. Feeds to Clarkson. Outside, Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Collins. That one off the back iron and out.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Clarkson finds Markkanen. To the paint. Shot to stop the run. And Markkanen throws it down.
A big man who does a little bit of everything. Collins' team-first attitude shining through with that terrific pass.
And the Mavericks call time here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thank you, David. Dallas leading by 15. Now here's Irving. Kleber, the pass to Irving. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Walker Kessler. That's his 3rd foul of the game. On defense, Utah. Hardaway kicks to Irving. 6 to shoot. Pass to Kleber. And Kleber slams it in.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Hey, set it up.
And here's Sexton. Passes it to Clarkson. Over Hardaway. And Clarkson gets it to go on the assist by Sexton. Clarkson's got 16 points here in the second half. Mavericks leading by 15. Here's Hardaway. Green with a screen on Collins. The pass to Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, I like how Irving also keeps the defense guessing, keeps them off balance, and he's so crafty and creative around the basket.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Now Sexton. Pass to Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 6 assists in the game.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Now here is Hardaway. Outside Irving. Hardaway is screen on Sexton. Irving dishes to Powell. And it's John Collins with the rebound.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Clarkson for 3. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Clarkson missing again. Mavericks leading by 14. Outside Irving. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Sexton against Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Green in the post. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Sexton on the wing. They get it again.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
That's good from Kessler. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just 1 miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Now here's Irving. It's Powell on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Hey, this was exactly the kind of game Coach wanted to see from them. High effort, great play at both ends, gets the win for the Mavericks.
It's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Kyrie Irving.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
Here's Markkanen after the Mavericks pick up 3. Outside, Sexton. Over Irving. The shot by Sexton, no good. Green passes to Irving. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. It looked like you were in an extra crispy special kind of zone tonight. How did you do it?
Man, well, the beauty is in the process. It's in the preparation. Before I get here, I'm trying to get locked in mentally. Just trying to come out here and put on a good performance, lead my team, do the best job I can. That's all I'm trying to do.
It was all on display tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we leave you with our New Balance player of the game, Kyrie Irving.